designed to. So this is part of the business of enlarging our understanding.
So we're going to start with just a few dozen, and then as more become available from captive breeding programs, then we'll increase. Now we don't want to store all of them. We've got colleagues all around the world, and we're very happy to share resources around the world, so the number could escalate thereafter.
The whole idea of the Frozen Ark is to preserve tissue and DNA from critically endangered species until possibly after the species themselves become extinct. Obviously we don't want that to happen, but just in case it does, we want to have some kind of marker of tissue or DNA that we can use for research.
Okay. Yeah.
For each species, we'll want to have samples from 2 or 3 tissue types, muscle tissue, cardiac tissue, liver tissue, say, just to be on the safe side, and then several examples of that particular tissue type as well. So maybe 9 to 10 types of each tissue for each species. So we can still store several thousand species.
In different parts of the world, and genetics at the University of Nottingham, and to carry out research so that we have a database. Obvious, our interest in conservation is enormous. We need to maintain our own good health as well as that.
Well, I think it's actually quite hard to predict. There are numerous ways. Perhaps the best way of looking at it is to think about how technology has changed over the last 10 years with things like the advent of cloning, for example. Now, if we're thinking that the lifespan of this collection is 20, 30 years, the technological advances are just going to be enormous. So it's very hard to predict quite what the tissue would be useful for.